In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to review the playback of your scenario in ScenarioBuilder and how to perform any adjustments that are necessary. I've just played back a script that I recorded using ScenarioBuilder's Scenario Recorder. There was a failure, so I need to investigate what happened and fix it. Luckily, we have several tools that will help us. First, I look at the execution report, which shows me that a failure occurred. I can see that the sub-scenario succeeded, but afterwards my main scenario failed. I'll click on View Execution Timeline. This shows me each step that executed, with the time and screenshot just prior to the step. I can click on any step to see its corresponding screenshot. I can also see information about what actually executed. For example, what image was found, how long it took to find an image, what variable was used, how many times a loop was performed, and other important information. I can also right-click on the screenshot to copy it into my buffer to use in our next step. This is the step that failed. So I'm going to click on this icon here to go into Smart Image Configurator for this step. Scenario Recorder is usually smart enough to capture multiple variations of an image, but sometimes we need to make some minor adjustments. Now I can see the image that was being searched for on the left and screenshots that happened during that step at the bottom. If I want, I can remove failed or excess screenshots by right-clicking and choosing Remove. I have a few options for how to help ScenarioBuilder find the image that I want clicked on. I can use Capture Image when I can see why my image was not found, or I might want to use Suggest Properties when I think my image should have been found, but maybe ScenarioBuilder needs a little help finding the image that has a slight variation. I think this button that was being searched for is slightly different from what shows up in the screenshot here, probably because my mouse was hovering over it when I captured the image. So now I'll choose an alternate image by clicking on Capture Image from the screenshot and then dragging my mouse over the button to capture that image. Now my image shows up here, and I can create more of these if needed. I can right-click if I want to remove that image or any of the images that show up here. Or I can click Crop Image in cases where there's a background that might be different for different playback situations. So I'm going to keep my image, and then I'll click Start Searching. What this does is it checks all the screenshots that I have here to see if it can find either of these two images. When it's found, the screenshot gets highlighted in green. If I double-click on the screenshot, it moves my mouse over and puts a little rectangle over the spot where the image was found. So now I have an image that should be found during our next playback. Now, instead of using the manual image capture tool, I could have used the suggestion button to intelligently determine properties that would help ScenarioBuilder find my image. I'll click that now to see what suggestions it makes. It can make suggestions based on tolerance or search area. It suggested a search area, which can help make searches faster during load testing. I'll apply the changes. And now I'm ready to replay my scenario and see if it's able to find my image. Close this and this, and now I'll play back my scenario. Now the scenario is finishing up, and it's just about to get to the step where the button that I changed is going to be clicked. This time, ScenarioBuilder found my image and clicked on it, and my scenario was successful. That's it for this tutorial. I've shown you how to review your execution and easily make changes after executing your scenario if you have any images that were not found. Now you can use the execution timeline and Smart Image Configurator to help you complete your scenarios quickly so you can start testing your application.